If y'all noticed a few weeks ago, we were over at Jeremy's and we had to do some work on his super sifter table over there. It had begun to break down a little bit. We had to shore it up with some other legs, and we were having so much fun with it, and it was working so good. We just decided to make a new one from scratch. So I gathered up all the material I needed, and I had my son come by and help me get started on it, and didn't film the first of it, but I got most of it filmed, kind of showing you how we did it. I hope you get something out of this anyway. I get the feeling there are going to be a lot of points pulled off of this sifter right here. So let's jump right on into that right now. All right, I had my son over helping me cut and get some of this started, and I didn't get a lot of it filmed, but you don't need to see me cutting lumber and let's putting screws in the thing, but I'm going to show you where we at on it, and then I'll try to film some more of the rest of it. Let me get this shadow out of my face, out of your face. It's going to be the same size of the ones at Jeremy's. It's going to be 36 inches wide by 8 foot long, and we'll have 2 more legs in the middle, and I'll try to film it as I go, and 2 more cross braces in the center of here. And it's 41 inches high, and it should do the job. But I'm sorry I didn't get what we got done filmed, but I'll try to film it more as I go along now. All right, the other table at Jeremy's has only got 1 cross brace in here, if I'm not mistaken. It allows that wire to sag. So I'm gonna put 2 cross braces in here, and that should support that wire a little bit. We're gonna try to put 1 layer of wire where Jeremy's got 2 layers of 1/2 inch, and it kind of overlaps and it makes it a little bit harder for the dirt. The dirt should go through this one a little bit easier, but learn as we go. My driveway's got I guess a little rise in it, so the water will drain off. So I'm gonna have to raise these legs up just a little bit, so I'll have room to adjust the legs there when I put them on, and the whole thing will be level. Again, I'm not a cabinet maker. We're not building cabinets here. We're building something to sift dirt. By the way, I'm using Torx head screws too. They don't strip. They don't strip like the Phillips head does. So let me get something, make sure this leg is square. That's pretty doggone good. That's good enough for airhead work. By the way, I'm just getting it together. I'll go back later, get more screws. I didn't realize it was going to take so many. I'll get more screws, and I'll probably double up on the screws because that's going to be a lot of weight on the table. Black & Decker, not the best tools made, but sufficient for the job. Okay, all right, it's getting dark. Battery's dead on the drill again. Like I said, it's good, but just sufficient. I think a DeWalt would have held up a lot better, but I'm also out of screws, so it's time to call it a night, and we'll finish this up tomorrow. Okay, it's the next day. I had to go pick up more screws and get another one before for a brace, and while I was at it, I don't know if y'all noticed, we busted some legs on our little small portable sifter. I went ahead and made some more legs out of some better lumber than I had before because it was soft and kept splitting. But I'm gonna try to finish this up today and take you along. So let's get started. If you'll notice, these screws, I'd start them rather than drill a pilot hole. I realized this wood, I could do this. You just drive them in, get them started with a hammer, then screw them in. Many years ago, I had an old friend that was a carpenter, and I saw him putting some metal trim around a countertop or something like that. And he was driving those screws in with the hammer. And he saw the way I was looking at him, and he said those slots are in those screws for taking them out with, not for putting them in. Don't work with these though. I could probably get by with it the way it is. That's where the other one is. But I'm going to go ahead and put a brace from each corner down to the leg on each side. put 4 braces on there, and that'll give it just a little bit more strength. Okay, now the fun part. All the legs are under it. I said it's wobbling because there's a crown in the driveway. Got the braces on, cross braces in. All I got to do, put the wire on, which will be the fun part, getting it stretched, and then we'll come around with trim around the top. So let's get started on the fun part now. All right, I got first end tacked down, but I want to show you. There's some jagged edges here, but they're behind here, and it won't matter because, and this hangs over a little bit because this won't matter because we're going to have a railing, one by rail that'll come around, and it'll hang over just enough. You see there in the sun, you can't see that in the shade. It'll hang over just enough that anything under there is not going to snag. I may come back and I may go ahead and just trim that edge down with the wire cutters anyway. And this is the first time I worked with a piece this big, but I always try to roll it instead of rolling it and put the cup down. I put the cup up, and it seems easier to lay down this on the smaller ones anyway. But now comes the fun part of trying to figure out how to stretch it. So let's see what we can figure out. All right, I think I've got something that's going to work pretty good. This is an old, I don't know what you call it. It's like a barn fork. We used to use it to dig bottles with years ago. It's been in my garage for 25 years. It's just too sentimental to get rid of, and I think I'll just stick it through these holes and push down against there, and that'll give me enough stretch in it. I think it's going to be perfect. So let's get started. Yeah, that's going to work pretty good. That's going to work really good by the time we get all this nailed down, get the rails around it. But one more thing I want to say. We don't have blueprints for this. We were asked for blueprints on the little small Sifter, and we didn't. It's just everything's in my head. But this is not rocket science. You just need something that's strong and sturdy that'll hold up a couple of tons of dirt. That's all. And you can get the dirt through it, and something that you don't want to snag your clothes or your skin or anything on it when it's finished. You want it to be kind of smooth. That's why I'll probably come back, and even though I'm going to have a overhang here, I'm probably going to cut this off, and that way nobody can get their fingers up on there and get snagged. But it's time to finish it now. Make no mistake about it, here on Heartbreaker Relics channel, safety is always second or third or fourth. But to this day, we're going to go first. Put my safety glasses on. I do not want a piece of metal in my eye while I'm cutting this. And I'm going to cut it off with the side grinder. So, let's go. Of course, the drawback to these safety glasses is I can't see. Alright, got a little bit of hanging over there, but I gotta fix that. A little bit of pokey out stuff there, but I gotta fix that, and then I do this row here. I did say we're not building cabinets, but sometimes when you're dealing with the thinner wood, thinner pieces and the bigger screws, especially those where they're going to countersink, you may want to come along and get you a little countersink bit. And so when you pull your head of your screw down in there, it won't split that wood. I did that, but I'm probably going to go get some smaller screws and put in these. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it right there. Got to put some more screws in it and then get it over to Jeremy's. And as always, you know what I want to see? I want to see what the first point is that comes off of a new sifter. And this, the Super Sifter. Hope you enjoyed that little how to build a sifter. It says nothing special. You just build what you want, build what you think will work. And I'll give you a little breakdown on the cost of it here as best I can. I got receipts, but I think in lumber, I think we've got $115 in lumber, and we've got another $30 in screws and wire and hardware. So that's what is that? I'll have to go back and add that up because I forgot what it said was about $150, $160, something like that. I'll throw it up here on the screen. But and it's pressure treated. All of it's pressure treated lumber and galvanized. The hardware cloth is 1/2 inch hardware cloth, and it should hold up pretty well. If it don't, we'll put a brace, we'll put something else on it, we'll do something else. But again, we hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Check out some of the merchandise below, some of our other videos as well, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.